finding motivation in unexpected places. There's a story behind that. This is your daily message from Chadmer 1156 to upgrade your mental game today by telling yourself a better story, because the most important story you hear is the story you tell yourself. This message is dedicated to my mentor, Dr. Rob Gilbert. If you'd be disappointed if these messages went away, leaving a comment or passing it along to a friend is a vote of confidence to keep these daily messages showing up every day. You can get a free copy of my book, The Most Powerful Story in the World, by going to fromchad.gumroad.com. The transcript of this message and hundreds of others are always available at www.fromchad.com. Here's the upgrade. You may think picturing the worst is negative, but upgraded thinking uses that picture to protect what you still have. Here's the story. Dr. Gilbert told me recently he attended the most motivating event he could remember. It wasn't a conference. It wasn't a keynote. He visited an assisted living community, and he walked out knowing one thing: he never wants to live in one. But most people didn't choose it either. They're there because they need help to live. And he learned something that really jarred him. One of the most common reasons people end up in assisted living is that they can't get off the toilet on their own. They've lost the leg strength to stand up. It wasn't a heart attack or a stroke. They simply can't push themselves up out of a chair anymore. And it's not the very old. Dr. Gilbert said he sees people in their 50s and 60s who can't stand up without grabbing something to pull on. The legs go first, and when the legs go, independence goes with them. The Stoics had a practice they called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. You imagine what could go wrong. Not to be gloomy, but to prepare. William Irvine calls it the single most valuable technique in the Stoic psychological toolkit. They weren't being pessimists. They were getting comfortable with difficulty before it arrived, so when it came, they met it with clarity instead of shock. So Dr. Gilbert did what the Stoics did. He looked straight at the thing he feared, and he let himself see it. And then he walked out and started strength training, not out of vanity, but out of vision. The better story to tell yourself is, I imagined the fall so I can keep standing on my own. You already know this rhythm. You discomfort yourself on purpose, so the real discomfort never gets to decide your life for you. And that's the whole practice. You picture the fall so you can keep your footing. You imagine losing your health, and suddenly today's workout isn't a chore. It's a privilege. Tell me a story where anticipating something bad was good to fromchadsmith@gmail.com. Send someone a text and ask them, can you still stand up out of a chair without using your hands?